All right, welcome to another edition of Live Feed Read. What's today? Today is December the 18th, the holiday season. So I chose a topic that is has interest to individuals, and it's basically whether or not a social host is liable for injuries caused or injuries that are sustained either at the host's party, for lack of a better description, or event. And there's a Florida statute that covers this, and it says basically, and there's two different aspects of it. One has to do with an establishment, a restaurant, a bar, or otherwise, and the other is the social host. And a social host is just simply, I'm going to read this because I'm old, is someone who hosts a social gathering. That can be a private individual, can be your employer, or another organization, is not liable for if someone gets intoxicated and is injured. Basically, that's kind of the protections under Florida law. So Jason has his Christmas party this weekend, so to speak, and he invites 10 or 15 people over. One of the people has too much to drink. They leave his house and either injure themselves or someone else. Is Jason responsible? Jason, are you?
Man, I sure hope not. That guy should have known better.
Yeah. Well, the answer is no. He's not. Florida law protects you when it comes to basically these types of Christmas parties, work parties, and otherwise. Now, there are a couple exceptions. One is if you, believe it or not, Jason, if you serve a known drunk, someone who's addicted to alcohol. Now, how are you gonna ever prove that? I would not know. But I guess if someone at your party said, "Yeah, Jason knew that Paul drinks a fifth of vodka every night, and he should have known that he's gonna leave and could hurt someone." Or the other one, which is usually more at issue than the first, is that if you serve alcohol to someone under the age of 21.
Okay, so that one's obvious. Like, I get that one.
Yeah.
The other one feels very gray. Like, oh, everyone should have known Sally was a drunk. You know
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
That's the difficult one, and that would be tough to prove.
Yeah.
But it's there. I mean, if somehow that you could prove that someone was addicted to alcohol and you knew it, and I guess that would be maybe you knew a family member had been in rehab. That's going to be problematic for you.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm going to say, Jason,
there's like a paper trail of history for that person.
Well, you knew there's in and out of rehab for years. So, but something other than that would be tough. Okay. You're having by the way, I'm actually at a Zoom mediation, but I told the mediator that I'll be out from about 1 to 1:15, so this one's not going to be very long. Bridal showers, bachelor parties, things of that nature. People are drinking. Is the bride to be, as parents, responsible just because they purchased the kegs and the alcohol and rented the facility? And the answer is just simply no.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. So I was thinking holiday parties. I wasn't even thinking about like weddings and other things like that. So this really is for like all of those. Right?
Oh yeah,
it's called social
host liability.
Social host liability.
So you're getting married, and I throw you a bachelor party at one of Tampa's finest adult entertainment centers.
Thank you.
And so we got 10 people there, and for whatever reason, two people in our group get in a brawl.
Okay.
All right. And they somehow injured innocent individuals. All right. As the person who threw the bachelor party, I'm not responsible.
Okay.
Now, the establishment might be responsible for not providing security or for serving too much alcohol and not cutting you off and things of that nature. But we're talking about basically you're having a party at your home, or you're taking a group of like your employer may take a group of people out to it used to be Bennigan's, that's gone, but Chili's or otherwise. Mm-hmm. They're just not responsible if you get injured Even if they, know that you're intoxicated, and you go get in your car, and I say, hey, Jason, you know what? Let me get you an Uber. And you say, I'm fine.
Right.
But I know you're drunk.
Right.
But you go and you crash and you do whatever, I'm not responsible. So
Okay.
people think, well, you should be responsible. You knew he was drunk and you let him drive. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Take it up with the legislature. That's just not how the law works.
That's interesting because they're like, as a being a good Samaritan or being that good friend, like you want to help people. You want to like take the keys or something like that. And there's a fine line between, like.
Well, they get belligerent. I'll give you
an
example.
Yeah.
There was
you being the guy they get in a fight
with.
Because
a bar up in Del Mabry called Stinger's Fun Drinkery, I think was a long time ago. And my buddy turned 21. Okay? And back then, Del Mabry wasn't like it is now. If you went north, basically it was pitch black and you ended up in Pasco County, which is what he did. And if you went south, you basically had to get to Tampa Stadium before there was any real traffic or otherwise. So we drinking heavily because he's 21 and he has a Mustang. Okay.
Oh.
And we didn't want him to leave. We tried to take the keys, but he got belligerent, and it got to the point where we would have had to fight him for these keys.
Yeah.
Everybody was a little tired. Oh, the hell with you. If you want to get a DUI or die, go. Well, guess what? Next day, get a call later on that day. Hey, what happened last night? Ended up in the Pasco County Jail because he went north and got lost. Ended up doing donuts. Swear to God, in a grocery store parking lot because he's lost, and there was no cell phones back then.
And he's bored.
This was you had to find a little phone, put in a quarter back then. Yeah. And well, I couldn't find any of it, and so he's doing donuts in his Mustang GTO 5.0 whatever. Who do you think's in the corner of the old parking lot? Johnny Law. Yeah. And bye. I'll leave his name out of it, but he knows who he is. Yeah. And so, would I be responsible because I threw the birthday party? No. Yeah. Again, you're not going out suing your friends anyway, but
usually,
but it happens. So anyway, you can have your parties, your Christmas parties, with confidence that you're not going to get sued. Even if, someone gets intoxicated.
Just make sure you don't invite Otis from Mayberry.
Exactly. But there's a caveat. You could still get sued. But let's say you're at my house and I'm building a swimming pool in the backyard and I don't tell you there's a big hole out there. Whether you're drunk or not, you fall in it and get hurt.
Okay, yeah.
Alcohol was not the issue. It was the fact that I didn't tell you. So if there's a defect on your property, you could still get sued.
Right, that's different.
If you just can't get sued, I just fall flat on my face, knock out my teeth because I pass out drunk.
Because this is very specifically about alcohol.
Yeah. Okay. Well, exactly.
Okay.
All right. Well, I've got to get back to my Zoom mediation.
Do what you got to do.
We want to wish everybody, of course, a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year.
Next week we're not going to be on Friday.
Right.
We're going to be I think Wednesday is what we've got.
Oh yeah, that's right, because we have Ugly Sweater contest.
Sweater.
Join in. That's pretty funny. I do have a new ugly sweater. So it's pretty. It has lights. Just a little heads up. Remember last year or 2 years ago I had had a beer pouch.
All right, I'm going to have to participate in this one too.
All right, wear your ugly sweater. All right, I got to get back to my Zoom meeting. Try to make some money. Other than that, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next Wednesday.
Thank you, Paul. Penny says Merry Christmas.
All right, hello. Merry Christmas to you too.
All right, bye.